Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Top Guy Theater, and tonight we're going to tackle something from March 17th, 1997. And, everyone talks about the double turn at WrestleMania 13 and how that started the heel turn for Bret Hart. I disagree, and tonight we're going to watch a show that proves why it didn't happen on WrestleMania 13, because I believe it happened tonight. And we have Adam from Bama joining us. He's going to give us some good old Southern insight, and away we go. Shouldn't you guys look tan? Didn't we just get back from Jacksonville?
I mean, I'm a darker shade of white, if that counts.
Yeah, I said, who was I sitting next to at the show? I think it was Coach and Denovius. And I turned and we're like, well, I don't, Sting comes out and he's white as a ghost. And so we said, looks like Sting's not going over because he doesn't have a friggin' tan. So, but he went over and he looked really good doing it too.
He looked amazing. I mean, I was literally in tears. I was so happy.
It was an amazing show. It was an amazing trip. From Universal to as you notice, Carl's not with us tonight. He may pop in. Carl had an interesting adventure at his own right while we were in Universal. We went to I keep wanting to call it Access, but it was Fan Fest AEW, which is phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
I know some of us. So Brandy, you got to meet Cody Rhodes. Who else?
Chris Statlander,
That's right.
Hikaru Shida. I also stopped and chit-chatted a little bit with Danny Limelight, who's been seen on AEW Dark and Dark Elevation, as well as everybody's favorite Tony Schiavone.
Yes, that was, and I've met Tony I've met Tony once before at the last pay-per-view or last pay-per-view we were at, which is Full Gear. And I still got giddy meeting him. I got to meet Shida and Thunder Rosa. It was awesome. Bama, who did you meet? You met Christian, right?
Christian and Chris Statlander, and Christian was amazing.
He totally
sat and just talked with us, just gave us all the time we wanted. Super amazing guy.
And then Henry, did you meet anybody? No, you didn't go. I apologize. Right?
I wasn't able to go.
You were spent after. I'm having a heck of a time here. You were spent after walking around. I will tell you, you were a trooper at Universal, because even I had to tap out at like 7 o'clock at night. So, we had a good time. Antonio, I know you weren't with us. You were with us in spirit. I was hoping I'd have a rope shooting moment, but nobody was interested.
Well, at least up here, one of the days last week, I got flashed by a crackhead during my bus ride.
Shut the fuck up! What?
So
say that again, please.
Sounds like you was in Alabama.
I got flashed by a crackhead during my bus run. It was my last run of the evening. All I heard I was at a stop sign. All I heard out the window was, "Hey, driver!" I looked to my left. There's this woman there. Lifts up her sundress.
Oh my Lanta!
All I saw was bush and flash.
Oh my God!
Isn't that from Talladega Nights? Hey, driver, look at these.
Nope.
Talladega Nights.
Yeah, but that was better at Talladega Nights. This is more like freaking Nightmare on Elm Street.
Looks like you had a little bit more fun than we did then. Great.
Yeah.
No, the real fun was Monday, because Brandy got white girl wasted on Monday. I drank almost an entire bottle of wine by myself.
See, here's what's sad is the night after the show, we were all sitting down in the lobby of the Omni, and the Omni had these pre-made cocktails in a bottle that you could buy from whatever the store the hotel store is, and I'm not kidding you. It was like the bottle this tall, drunk out of my mind. I drank it, was good because it was a Cosmopolitan, drunk out of my mind. So it's clear for one, with the size of my stomach, I can no longer hold my liquor, and two, I shouldn't do that shit. So I'm gonna go back to being sober like our good friend Antonio.
Absolutely.
Who's coming on 7 months now? When's the 7 months? It's right. It's this month, right?
Yeah, the
12
16th.
days. Yeah.
That's fucking amazing.
It's awesome,
That should
man.
be. You should be very proud.
Yeah.
I'm sure along the way we'll talk more about our trip to Jacksonville. You know what? One of the things I wanted to talk about real quick was Filter Free Podcast, which is where TJ is now. I was getting caught up with Filter Free Podcast today, and I was listening to episode 4, and somebody said, TJ is a square because he didn't. They were talking about how he was talking about how he didn't like to listen to music with swears in it, and I think Angel was discussing Eminem, and I realized TJ is a fucking square. He really is. He really, really is. So I tweeted him. I think he knows that. Also, so again, we're not being sponsored by FF Podcast. I just want everyone to know, follow them, listen. It's really good. And then the other thing I want to throw out there is one of the reasons that we're actually all here, ad-free shows. We're all top guys here. Eventually, you guys will start seeing my push members on here, which I'm really excited about. So let's get into this show. We're going back to 1997, and the reason I actually picked this show. The reason I picked this show is because I've always felt that everyone talks about the double turn at WrestleMania 13 and how that's when Bret really went bad. But I feel like it was this show here because he has a very, very, very long tirade that includes pushing down Vince McMahon. And we're going to see that in this show. And he talks about, lots of swearing, a little bit of attitude comes out. We're not even at the scratch logo yet. We're still at the block WWF, which you'll see because we're going to play the open. Initial impressions of the year 1997 for everybody here. We'll start with Adam. How did you feel about 97?
97, top of my fandom. I was in 7th grade going through changes that a boy shouldn't be going through. Noticing ladies like I never have before.
How many hairs did you count down there?
Oh, my God.
I was getting there. I was more like 8th grade, 98.
Was it Henry style hair or my style hair? Or
this segment brought to you by Spermies.
It's more like Frank hair. He ain't got no beard, and that's what it looked like.
No, I didn't even know that.
I'll keep it real with you.
Oh my God.
Your boy was a late bloomer.
Welcome to Top Guy Theater, where we learn way too much information about our friends.
I now know that my facial hair is being compared to Adam's pubal area in 7th grade. But anyway.
You know what I noticed? Whenever Adam laughs, do you know who Ahmed the Dead Terrorist is?
Antonio, that was fucking amazing. Oh my God.
I just put 2 and 2 together when he starts laughing.
Okay, I got to use something from MCPL. Hold on.
Oh my God!
Oh, wow. Holy,
I'm going to bust out into jingle bombs. I love Ahmed the Dead Terrorist.
Jingle bomb.
How about Brandy? Your thoughts on 97? I think you were what 7?
She's like 2 or 3.
7. I was 7, and it was interesting to see the product changing with the WWE because we'd seen the product change in WCW with the invasion of the NWO. So it was interesting to see the change in terms of WWF, and my mother at the time being like, what in the hell are you watching?
I would say that if I saw my 7-year-old. I mean, I say things to my 11-year-old. So when she was 7, I can tell you right now, she would not have been watching the WWF back then. That's for sure. Antonio, how about you? What did you think of 97?
Well, my fandom didn't start till 98, but so I didn't really watch it back then. But
is this the first time you're going to see this show?
Yes.
Okay. Henry, how about you?
I was 7. I don't know that I really had a fandom for either. I was the person that always enjoyed watching both Raw and Nitro, so I hadn't really keyed onto any really big thing yet.
You know, what's frustrating to me here is that I was 16 when this show aired, and fuck every one of you. So here's what we're gonna do.
You're going to be wearing Depends before the rest of us?
Yes, you're an asshole, Henry. Henry, you're an asshole. Next time I'm gonna leave your ass in Delaware, okay?
No!
That's where my car currently is.
Well, it makes sense. My fandom was in '98 because boobs and butts and everything were at a premium.
Right, the Attitude Area.
Puppies!
Yeah.
Puppies.
All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to go to the WWE Network. This is going to be, now it's on the clock now, guys. So it's Season 5 of Monday Night Raw, Episode 11, March 17th, 1997. And we're going to start at 2 seconds. And the reason I want to start at 2 seconds is because the WWF logo pops up, and it's the old school. And we're going to watch the intro together. So I'm going to try to do this at the same time. So who wants to be the one to... Adam, you're our guest tonight. So why don't you do the 3, 2, 1 play while I figure out how the hell to do what I'm about to do. Okay.
So sweet.
Okay. Go ahead, Adam. At 2 seconds.
Oh, did somebody say 2 seconds? Oh, that don't even sound right. Anyway, 3, 2, 1, play.
I just love that. I love that intro.
I miss that open so much.
It's honestly one of my all-time favorites. You know, they've had some good ones over the years, but that was just, I mean, it's synonymous with your childhood.
Yeah,
absolutely.
So, this is, let me get this down, because it's no longer courtesy WWE.
Oh God, it's New York. Oh God,
is it Rochester?
It's Syracuse.
Syracuse.
You got a problem with New York, Adam?
We can't get an Alabama pay-per-view, or no? That's right. We didn't run crap in Alabama.
I was going to say when I would.
The biggest place you have for wrestling is the Von Braun Center in Huntsville.
Hey,
that would be the Von Braun Civic Center. Thank you very much.
We got the Birmingham Jefferson Civic Center. You don't. Yeah, hey.
Oh, look at these guys. LOD.
And what's sad is, was this 24 years ago, and they're both gone now.
Yeah.
I mean, crazy shit. So let's get right into this. I got to know all about what's happening. So it's about time for us to map it. Henry, you're up, brother.
Tonight's edition of Monday Night Raw for March 17th, 1997 takes place, as Adam so eloquently said, from Syracuse, New York, inside the Onondaga War Memorial. According to, give me just a second here. According to Dave Meltzer, by the way, fuck Dave Meltzer and everything from the Pro Wrestling Observer newsletter, Monday Night Raw from this day in Syracuse, New York, drew a house of 4,737 people that paid $76,273, and he called it one of the hotter Raws that had taken place in a long while. Over on the other channel, on Monday Nitro, which took place from Savannah, Georgia, on the same night, give me just a second, because I really should take moments to highlight my notes sometimes. From Savannah, Georgia, Monday Nitro.
There we go.
Drew a sellout of 5,413 people, of which only 4,397 paid a gate of $50,857.
Wow.
And according to what Meltzer wrote in the Observer, it was a very blah edition of Monday Nitro. There's one other thing of note that I personally found interesting. I actually took the time to look up famous people from Syracuse, New York. There are two big wrestling names from Syracuse, New York. At least that I found on the list I was looking at.
Mike Rotunda.
Who
IRS.
was better known as IRS.
Also known as the father of Bray Wyatt and Bo Dallas.
Bo Dallas. Bo Lee, baby.
Who's the other?
I don't even know.
I know.
Antonio for the win.
Antonio.
The current voice of Friday Night SmackDown, Michael Cole.
the second worst human being to ever come out of Syracuse, New York, Mr. Michael Cole. You know who the worst? You know who the first one is? That worthless, cock-sucking piece of shit, Tom Cruise, who ruins every fucking movie that he's been in for the last 30 years.
Oh my God. We have Red Ass Henry, ladies and gentlemen. Red Ass Henry.
Incidentally, and I found this interesting, Syracuse, New York is also the birthplace of a comedian by the name of Bobcat Goldthwait, and is also the birthplace of Post Malone.
Well, I didn't know that.
I can't say I didn't till tonight either.
So I want to just lay a little bit of groundwork. Now, Henry said that both Meltzer and Wade Keller said that comparing the shows, Nitro was the more blah, bad show, but the ratings don't show that. So for the March 3rd episode of Raw, did a 1.91, a 2.99 share. Nitro had a 3.41 and a 5.19 share.
Jeez.
For the 310 episode of Nitro, they had a 3.51 rating and a 5.55 share, and Raw did 2.34 with a 3.60 share. Now, for this episode, Nitro's going to go up. Nitro does a 3.56 overall, 5.59 share, and Raw is a 2.36 with a 3.56 share. And only in 1 quarter hour did Nitro not kick Raw's ass by 1 point or more. So it was overall a ratings crush for Nitro. But if you actually compare the shows, it's blah. Like right now we're watching the Legion of Doom take on Crush and Savio Vega. Nitro had its best match, which was Rey Mysterio Jr. versus Psychosis.
Oh, that sounds great. Yeah.
This quarter hour, we start out with a hot 3.2 for WCW. This gets a 1.9 quarter hour rating.
Okay.
It did have Ahmed Johnson, so I can understand why.
Well,
Yeah.
yes.
I'm sorry, Ahmed Johnson.
What the hell was he wearing, too? He was like wearing this big blue jacket with an AJ on it. Oh, Ahmed Johnson. Duh.
Ahmed Johnson. Did y'all see Howard Finkel? Howard Finkel is wearing a WrestleMania 13 t-shirt over his tuxedo, and it was just adorable.
I just want to know how.
This is the go home. WrestleMania 13.
Yes, this is when they've set the stage for WrestleMania 13. We're rolling in hot to number 13. Actually, during the March 3rd episode is where Sean loses his smile.
I just
He
want to know
finds
how.
it this episode. He does find it.
Yes, he does find it because he finds out that he doesn't have to work with Bret Hart.
So someone tell me how Savio is in the Nation.
I didn't remember that. I really didn't. Although I will tell you that I liked what is this last night? Oh, they're showing house show footage.
House show they were in Madison Square Garden the night before. Yep.
Now, JC Ice and Whoopi D, PG-13.
Yeah.
I loved them, and I loved how they used to sing to the Nation music. It was like, "We are the Nation, live and in color. Don't diss the man, because we'll bomb rush your mother." Like I used to love that. And this is a crazy thing that I learned. Did you know? So the WWF the Music Volume 2 comes out, and it's got the Nation of Domination's theme on it. But if you get the Australian version of it, JC Ice and Whoopi D are singing on it.
That's weird.
I know that's a totally stupid random fact, but a friend of mine got it, and I much prefer the singing portion of it. I thought it was cool. I'm stupid. I know it's all good.
No, it's interesting.
Oh, I love these. I miss these.
Look at this video. Look at the graphics on this video
my
game.
God.
Well, I have a fucking ad, so thanks, Peacock.
Oh, I'm just watching the Slam.
It's an NBA ad. I'm like, I don't even watch basketball.
What is the NBA ad for?
I think it's because the NBA, the playoffs are coming up. Like the Celtics are on.
I think they're
now I've got a
eliminated,
State Farm ad.
What the hell?
It's,
Like we're
not
on
even
Slam of the
Jake
Week.
from State Farm.
We're on
No,
Slam of the
I
Week.
think that's because Brandy went with that special package deal they offered people from the WWE Network,
Yes,
Yeah,
I did. I got the
$4
4 months for
Where the rest of us heathens
$9.99.
spent the $10 a month for the minimal ads.
I'm with you, Brandy. I'm
I
with
mean,
you,
I
Jake,
paid
right now.
$9.99 for 4 months, and that'll be up in August. I've yet to decide if I'm going to keep Peacock or not.
Peacock also has a fine selection of shows such as The Office and movies such as Jurassic Park.
I
Well, I was
know,
gonna
but if
say-
I get Paramount Plus, I can watch fine shows such as RuPaul's Drag Race All-Star Season 6.
All right,
What,
well,
the
that's
fruit
pretty
get attacked?
interesting, too. I will say The Office is the prime reason to have Peacock for me, but I will tell you, there's Ahmed again.
Look
Wearing
at that
his
jacket.
that's just
You're
horrible.
wearing that goofy looking
Horrible.
jacket.
So speaking of The Office, guys,
It was 97.
That
they
sucks, man. Y'all are
Funko-
way ahead of us. That
He looks
sucks.
like he's wearing a tarp.
so we are real quick. We'll do a time check. We're at 10 minutes even. 10:01,
Yeah.
2, 3. So if you guys want to catch up.
I will get there.
So Funko Pops came out with what is going to be their calling it Funkoween, and of
Uncle
course with the Office they released 3 exclusive Funkoween Office Pops. So I ordered those today, and then they came out with the one I really always wanted is Michael Scott dressed up as Willy Wonka. So I pre-ordered that, and there's one where Dwight, which will be I think the 14th edition of Dwight, where he's kneeling down and he's got a blowtorch in his hand. So once again, Funko Pops have gotten me.
Frank, you need an intervention.
There's
Well,
a reason why I don't even open those emails, because I know if I do, I'm going to want to order them, and I've already been gotten because tomorrow Beautylish is having a buy one get one sale on Jeffree Star Cosmetics eyeshadow palettes. So
All right, I think we all
Yeah.
have problems on our own route. Now let me show you. So Mark, I can't, leaving Jacksonville, Mark brought me a gift, so I'm going to show it to you guys.
Okay. Meanwhile, Nation's bum rushing the ring. It's sad that LOD wasn't used to their potential in the WWF.
well, I think they were hampered. Oh, look at that!
Stone Cold Steve Austin versus The Rock in a big old Funko Pop ring.
Oh, wow.
So
Okay,
In
what the
this
hell
era,
is
in this era, Legion of Doom was hampered a lot because of Hawk's drug addiction. They couldn't
Oh.
depend on him.
That drug and alcohol, yeah.
You know,
And-
it's kind of funny that this match ends like this, because I want to go back to the Observer for a second. They talk about how the main event of WCW Monday Nitro from this same night, the main event for that Monday Nitro was the Steiner Brothers versus Harlem Heat, and went to a no contest in 3 minutes and 17 seconds.
that's the main event, Henry.
When the entire NWO made its way to the ring and attacked both teams, much in the same way as the Nation of Domination just did.
That was the main event.
That was the main event of WCW Monday Nitro.
what is
That
Ahmed
sounds
wearing?
correct.
Antonio.
I don't know. It
They
looks
call
like
it a
it's been
onesie.
painted on.
Is this
It's
It's
early.
that tight.
Please tell me you have those tots, Antonio. Please tell me you got the same
Nah.
kind of tots.
Oh, Antonio, I would pay good money to see you wearing those
Please
things.
tell me you have them.
Oh man, and is he wearing a fanny pack too?
Of
There's
course,
that
it is the
legend.
90s.
Gerald Briscoe.
Well, you can Venmo me $500 and I'll wear it.
Wow. I mean,
That's like ballet tights.
what kills me is how as bad as is this a gimmick? Is this a gimmick 2x4?
It has to be.
What
It,
the
breaks
It didn't look it. Let things go. Do you know
Yeah.
who's that on top of Animal's shoulders?
It's like D'Lo.
It is D'Lo before he was
It is
D'Lo.
D'Lo, yes, it is, and that
Oh,
is
that
a
was
beautiful
D'Lo?
Doomsday device.
That was
That
good.
Yeah.
was shoes, man.
I mean, he took that like a champ. He took that like a champ.
He always
did.
took the bumps. Even back in the ECW, he took all the bumps.
Slammy Awards 1997. Oh, brought to you by Full Metal the album, which I have.
This Friday, March 21st.
Is this the year that Owen wins 2, or is that 98 where he wins?
No,
2?
this is 2. I think this is no. He won 2. He won 2 in
96.
no. He won 1 in
96?
96, 1 in 97, and that's where he started
Okay,
coming up.
okay, that's how he got the 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because he comes out with one in his hand on this episode.
Look at that.
No,
You know, this
right, and
three-man
there's-
booth concept sucks.
There's the Burger King, and we have Vince McMahon and JR.
No, let me.
I'm on roll. Sorry,
Did you
sorry.
guys- did you guys know at this point in time that Vince McMahon owned WWF?
No,
No, not at all. No.
I had no clue.
no clue.
I had no clue until after the screw job. Like, I didn't figure it out until like the end of this year.
I thought Gorilla Monsoon ran it back then.
Yeah, Gorilla Monsoon was the president. I thought that was who was in charge.
Look how different JR looks.
Definitely Linda McMahon.
I didn't know the commentator told the president what to do.
Right?
I know, it's insane. It's like truly insane of just how eye-opening and how much less kayfabe. Like, kayfabe was huge at this point in time.
Oh,
And-
absolutely.
And it clearly, like, I think pushing it into more of a reality-based story is what clearly, I mean, well, we know who won in the end, so.
Biggest nose in the business.
Oh, it's Hunter. Is this girl with him? Is China's there at this point, right?
Yeah,
China
yes.
is here, yes.
He's been here about a month right here.
Boo, you're a hack.
You will never amount to everything.
Oh,
You still
God.
don't because you don't have power because Vince McMahon's an asshole.
Hey, speaking of, so did you guys see the rumor and innuendo going around this week about how close Vince is to selling to WWE?
Yeah.
There's
That's why
been a
he's
lot of
dumping
rumor and
talent.
innuendo.
That's why he's dumping talent.
But what is that gonna? What is dumping talent gonna do? Like, there's no salary cap in WWE.
No.
Like, you want to save $1 million, you get rid of one of your top stars in Braun Strowman. What the hell is that all about?
I mean, the dude was just in the world title picture like
Yes.
a month ago.
But they hire 6 new office people and then they get rid of 6 wrestlers. That's what I don't understand.
But they've been making huge cuts. Like, I want to say a week or 2 weeks ago, they laid off a majority of their social media staff.
Yeah, I don't.
Hire 6 new office people.
I understand. See, it's a much different in a public company. Like, I understood general layoffs back when COVID hit in my industry, but I don't understand what
Frank?
happened.
Frank?
Oh,
I'm
wait.
getting ready. I'm getting ready.
Hold
Uh-oh.
on. Is that who he's facing?
Yep.
Uh-oh. Hold
Uh-oh.
on. Guys.
I can't hold
Do I
him
need
much
to-
longer. I
do I
can't
need
hold
to
him
duck?
much longer.
Do I need a
Uh-oh.
duck? I got a duck.
Yes.
Here it comes.
Duck and cover.
Selson Blue.
Oh,
I
I
like
gotta
how
hold
they
it for,
do the spinning
I gotta hold it for a
umbrella.
couple seconds.
And a Sega. Wow, Sega was around in
What the
'97.
hell is Sega?
Sega was around in 97. Yes, it was.
Did you just say what the hell is Sega?
Oh my God, Henry.
Oh, Henry. you
Sega
fool.
Dreamcast.
Oh, here we go.
Sega Saturn.
I'm gonna go.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Watch out.
it is time for the rope shoot moment of the show, and it is not Flash Funk he's shooting ropes over.
Oh
It
my
is
God.
these vivacious.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
I am
Funk
mound
cat.
watching. I am mound watching right now.
Look at them cheeks. Oh wait.
Wow, they are not wearing
What
underwear.
Antonio's not really telling us
No,
is that
they're
he
not
started
wearing
doing that 10 minutes ago when China came out to the ring.
Somebody better call my mama.
All right, everybody. This segment
Wait,
tonight
what?
is brought to you by the very salty snack Spermies,
Oh
the
my
candy
God.
that you
Close up.
love to swallow and only 100 grams per load.
Great bursting spermies.
I mean, honest to God. I mean, this is the moment where I'm watching these ladies walk down and I'm trying to picture what their pussies are doing. I'm just saying.
You are
They're
a
going
sick,
splish,
sick
splash, splish,
human being,
splash.
and I'm proud of you.
No, I'm just saying. I mean, those two are locked and loaded, and I would just love to see them scissoring each other. I'm just throwing it out there. Carl, when you do watch this, please edit that out.
Wow.
Scissoring
Carl,
Join
make
in.
sure
and
you leave
scissoring
that
and
in.
pussy. Oh, it's Hepner. Fuck. I mean, wait, ladies. Hello.
Hey.
I used to love this song too. Flash, funk, you funky. Bum, 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 now.
I love them boots.
Now I learned
The
from
boots are super cool.
so I watched the latest, well, not the latest, but a couple episodes ago of Dark Side of the Ring. I learned that you don't want to mess with Flash Funk, aka Too Cold Scorpio.
So yeah, Collision in Korea.
Yeah.
Oh my God, yeah.
He's a jobber.
No,
Oh,
see,
yeah.
the thing is, he didn't need this whole Flash Funk thing because Too Cold Scorpio is a legit certified badass who's still at north of 50, can pull out a 450 splash and outwork half the guys on the indies right now.
Yep.
I could take him.
How's everybody digging Dark Side of the Ring, guys, this season?
Oh, I love it. I watched the Grizzly Smith one last night.
I
I
watched
watched
it today.
That's a trigger for a lot of people if you are not okay with talking about
Yeah.
sexual abuse.
Sexual abuse, pedophilia.
There's so much in that episode. You have
Do
to
not
watch it
watch
twice.
this.
Yeah, there is a huge disclaimer at the beginning of the episode.
It was a tough watch.
Because unfortunately, that's just the life that Sam and Robin and Jake had to deal with, and their sister Jolene as well.
Yeah.
And their other brother. What was the other brother's name?
Richard.
Yeah.
Sam Houston.
See, Grizzly is one of those. Now he is one of those guys that if he was still alive today, I wouldn't be like innocent until proven guilty, because clearly, all these people are talking about it. There's clearly a problem.
Yes.
Like hands down problem.
I don't mean to encourage the use of violence, but Grizzly Smith sounds like the kind of person that if he were still alive today, he would be beaten to death with a bat.
Yeah,
Yes.
he wouldn't survive in jail. That's for sure.
No.
No,
I don't think he'd get that far.
You know,
Are those boobies?
yeah, those are boobies.
is that the sign is boobies? We got a Bischoff.
Yes,
suck-
the sign is boobies.
Do you think did you think WWE planted signs back then?
Could be.
Do you think a
Maybe
Bischoff suck
there's
sign was
legitimately
planted?
been people in New York that thought that Bischoffs suck.
I'm surprised the people in New York knew how to spell his name right.
Oh,
Mhm.
Oh, go fuck
Nitro
Hey.
suck,
Hey.
Bischoff suck.
Hold up. Are you talking about New York City or Western New York? or
Just Syracuse in general.
Okay, Syracuse. I can
Syracuse
talk
is in central New York. That's far enough away from both of us, Antonio. That it
There we
doesn't
go.
matter.
Central New York.
It
Yeah,
really
there we go.
doesn't.
Syracuse is the garbage of New York State.
Oh,
No.
wow.
No,
Wait,
that's
no,
not
wait.
true.
Buffalo, maybe.
New York City is the garbage of New York State. All of downstate New York is the garbage of New York State.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Syracuse is a very close second, though.
Can I need to be very, very honest. On my drive, or Henry and I's drive to Jacksonville, I would have to say that the dirtiest state I was in was New York. And most importantly, it was New York City.
Most importantly, beyond that, it was the Bronx. Because that day I spent at LaGuardia.
What is
LaGuardia is actually a very clean, very nice airport. The Bronx, however, is a filthy, disgusting hellhole. It's what Manhattan would be if Manhattan were also full of poor people.
I hope nobody watching this is from the Bronx. Remember, we love all people.
Shout out to Rock.
I think even people from that area of New York would agree that it's disgustingly dirty.
Wait, Rocco's from Yonkers, right?
He's from Yonkers, yes.
Okay.
Do you know what?
I
You know
take
what I
that back.
also,
There's one nice part of downstate New York.
and that is what, Corning. I'm assuming what?
Yonkers.
Oh, Yonkers.
Corning is in upstate New York.
All right, I live in a very tiny state. There is no up or down where I'm from. You're either you take one step, you're in Rhode Island. You take one
Your
step,
state
you're
is
out.
literally welcome to Rhode Island. Thanks for visiting Rhode Island.
Yeah.
You went. Henry knows.
It's on the
He went
same
through it.
side.
He's like, oh, it's Providence. Oh, there's the Connecticut sign. So it's okay. He got it.
There's Frank's house. When did
I
you
mean,
get into
literally, the
Connecticut?
island I live on is bigger than Rhode Island.
Is that true?
Yes, Kodiak is the second largest island in the United States, just behind the big island of Hawaii.
Which I
I
am
wonder
going
if
to be going to in a couple
Washington
weeks.
is bigger than
I
the state
think
of Rhode Island.
is Honolulu considered the big island?
Honolulu is on Kauai.
All right,
One
so
of the smaller islands.
I'm confused at where I'm going then. I guess. Where is Waikiki? Isn't that on that
That's
island?
in Honolulu.
Okay, so I'm flying into Honolulu, so I'll be at
Correct.
Waikiki. All right, I'm very
Yes,
confused.
Waikiki is like a neighborhood in Honolulu.
Okay.
It also has a beach.
I just want to go see where the Jurassic Park was filmed. That's the only thing I'm going to do when I'm there.
If you see
Well, you have to go to the USS Arizona Memorial.
Oh my God, yeah, that too. What's that? I'm sorry, what, Henry? What now?
I said you're going to the place where they filmed Jurassic Park, and you're not taking me with you.
Henry, you and I have spent enough time together. Okay, we were in the car one day for 12 hours, another day for 8, and I'll tell you, had you decided to be dropped off in Providence, you would have stayed overnight in Delaware with me that night too. So, just lucky you got out when you did.
What happened?
I was in a car accident.
Oh, geez.
God,
Did you
I'm
not-
sorry to hear that.
Did you not know that, Henry?
No, I don't.
I thought you did. It happened like an hour after I dropped you off, and it was my fault too. Or according to the insurance company. It was
I
my
was about to call BS on that, but okay.
So I'm gonna shoot right now on Wilmington, Delaware, the
boy.
place I was gonna go and live, because here's what happened. So of course there's a detour for 95. So I go on the detour, and I'm lost. I'm just following the detour signs and what my GPS says. I'm on the phone with I'm on a phone with somebody. I'm not gonna say who it was, and I go to get into the right lane to make my right-handed turn, and I hear me, boom, and I go flying 3 lanes over in the middle of an intersection. I get out of the car, and there's this young gentleman who seemed very hostile and had three females come out of his car with him. And as I walked up to him to say I'm sorry, just try to be polite, I looked down and he has an ankle bracelet on that I will say was not an ankle bracelet of friendship, but more of an ankle bracelet of I'm being tracked because I am out of jail. And then a wrecker comes around the corner and says, "Are you okay?" I said, "Yes. Could you call 911?" He goes, "Yes, but get in your car and lock the door. You're not in a good area."
Never a good thing to hear, but
So, right, scared the shit out of me. Now, here's the other thing. I was being yelled at because I couldn't move my car. I was being yelled at because I was blocking traffic. I was being yelled at. That one guy sat in front of me and honked his horn for a good minute until he realized that my car was immobile.
Wow, Vader shrunk.
Wow.
I've got another ad, so I'll join you guys in about 15 seconds.
When your ad's over, I'll give you a timestamp. I think it's time to spend the $5, Brandy, and just upgrade.
Many mankind.
Not until I get the full mileage out of my $9.99.
Let's just
See,
say.
I've got-
Okay, time check, please.
You're paying $9.99 and you still have ads?
I paid $9.99 for 4 months.
Oh, 4 months. We got the promotional thing.
So,
So I've got Comcast, so mine's free.
I'm not
After
looking
I
at
didn't- after I paid the
Christine Whitman of New Jersey, standing next to the Undertaker.
So
Okay.
So
McMahon.
time check, guys. Time check is going to be 27, 18, 19, 20, and you're going to be seeing an advertisement for Continental Airlines Arena. They're announcing SummerSlam 97 is going to be there, which is the first
So-
event before since they dropped that whole tax thing.
That scene
Right,
of everybody at the press conference looked like freaking like a perfectly normal family with a goth child.
Yes.
Masquerita Sagrada.
I'm very confused
Gold
because
Rush.
are these minis or just short people? Because
No, they are minis. They are
It's
I mean,
Masquerita
I'm
Sagrada.
looking for that's Mascarita Sagrada Jr., which is a different wrestler.
He wrestles now, though. No, he still wrestles today.
No, that's a different wrestler, and he wrestles under a different name now. I'll get to that in a second.
all right, let's we're gonna have to. We need behind the headlines with Brandy because I'm really confused. Oh my goodness, little gold.
So they are
He's
in
amazing.
another era. They would be called midgets or little people. In Mexico, they're called mini estrellas or little stars, and they're basically just miniature versions of the bigger stars. And like there was the Mascarita Sagrada Jr. also went as Max Mini here in the WWF.
All right,
was
so that's why he looks familiar.
Yes. And he was also in Mexico. He was also known as the Mini Rey Mysterio Jr. And there was a Mini Psychosis and a Mini Conan. And so this is a big thing in Mexico. And Vince, of course, loves it and thinks it's going to be a great idea. And, well, he was wrong.
Mini
So we have-
Goldust looks 12. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna say
Right.
thank you. I was gonna say Mini Goldust
He
looks like
looks
a
like
little
a
we have-
child.
We have Mini Mankind, who in Mexico is also known as Espectrito 2
I'm uncomfortable with the tongue.
or Tarantula. And he is unfortunately passed away. He passed away in 2009. Mini Vader was Espectrito 1. And he has also passed away in 2016. Mascarita Sagrada Jr. is also Max Mini. I told you about him. And then Mini Goldust is also known as Mini Abismo Negro, or the Mini Black Abyss.
Is he still with us?
Yes, he is. And he's actually still wrestling to this day. He's the only one that's still active right now.
Because let me tell you something. These guys can work.
Right? Henry.
Wow.
I'm confused by something.
Yes.
If this is supposed to be a match of mini wrestlers, what the fuck is Goldust doing in the ring?
I mean, he's one of the taller ones because he's like 4'8".
I mean, don't get me wrong, Dustin Rhodes can go. I like what I'm seeing. If this is a match that's supposed to primarily be little people, pardon the expression, what the hell is Goldust doing in this match?
I don't remember.
I thought that was Cody. I'm sorry. I thought it was Cody.
I don't remember Mankind running that fast.
Mankind wishes he was that skinny.
Vader being that short. Or that
These guys
skinny.
these guys are a lot more agile than their counterparts.
Oh my
Yes.
I don't know,
And
Dustin Rhodes was doing
this is
some
still a
high-flying
thing in
stuff
Mexico
when he
to
was
this
second ago.
day. They still have
said-
minis wrestling now.
Oh, God.
Are they like, what does that say? Oh, it says Mini
They have
Vader.
their own division. Like most minis wrestle each other, but they also intermix in regular tag team matches.
Didn't they try to
Like as Adam pointed out, Mascarita Sagrada and Lucha Underground.
Didn't they try to reintroduce
Uh-oh.
the juniors on SmackDown?
Uh-oh.
Recently?
They did, and it was in 2006 era. Mascarita Sagrada Jr. was one of them. It didn't last very long. It was like 2 episodes of SmackDown and 1 Velocity, and everyone was like, "That's enough."
Guys,
That's awful.
I think we're gonna be going extreme shortly. We've got a run-in coming in.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Having seen what I saw this past weekend from this man, I have to give him some music to start. Dr.
Come on, double or nothing, double or nothing, double or nothing, broken collarbone. F. Wait, let me try one more time. Double or nothing, double or nothing, double or nothing. My collarbone's still broken. Hi, hey guys. For all your arm needs, head on down to. Whoa, what did this just pop up? What do we got here? Wow, I don't know what that was. We just got a pop-up warning there. But yeah, for all your arm, shoulder, clavicle needs, head on over to Harold. That's Harold with an H, and last name being Man with one N, and I'm a DIK, not a DDS or DMD. I'm a DIK.
Oh, no.
I do not work with men's parts or whatever parts. I only work with collarbones.
Oh, well, then never mind. I'm not calling you.
But I do work with bones. I do work with bones. So, should I be more scared about my arm or this thing coming in my face? I've got like a crank.
That's what she said.
What Carl, what in the same hell is that new setup?
I got an arm. Well, I got this is very
Sound like you got a new arm.
So I got a new. Yeah, no, I had this one. I just had not set it up, and I have yet to figure out the exact
Oh, that thing is clear.
triangulation. No, I heard about. He's like, I won't name who it was, but he's like, don't you have like the attachment that goes with it? You sound a lot clearer with it, and I'm like, yeah, I should probably do that.
Yeah, you sound amazing, Carl.
That's good.
I mean, it does look like you're ready to deep throat it, but that's all right. Okay.
We're not complaining, you know.
My Jetpack Live has been
Antonio
permanently
charged you
canceled.
$500. Will you deep throat that?
I would break. Well, then well, now see, there's a little double entendre there because I'd end up at Brit's to get my teeth fixed. Because it'd probably be some real teethy on the mic.
Wait.
Wow, this is a really.
dentist?
I got to think about this.
She practices out of Florida.
Oh, there you go.
Yep.
We
So
do like
speaking-
we do a BOGO.
So speaking of earning $20, I should tell you that I was and Michael Amend, our beautiful lawyer, dared me to walk up to Lauren and say something cheeky to her for $20, thinking that I wouldn't. And I walked up to her and said, I have a knot in my muscle. Could you work it out? It's in my inner thigh. And I made $20.
Dave and Buster's, baby.
Dave and Buster's.
I remember that.
Wow. Carl, do you want to hop in on the show we're watching?
Yeah, where you guys be at?
We are watching the March 17th, 1997 edition of Monday Night Raw. On the cock, it is season 5, episode 11, guys, is that right?
Yes. So stupid.
Cool.
Yeah, season 5, episode 11, and right now, when you get to it, let me know. I'll give you a timestamp.
So, Gorilla Monsoon has just made a championship match in a cage with Bret Hart versus Psycho Sid. It is not softball season. So Sid will be gracing us with his presence. And I've had another ad. Fuck.
Has anybody selected their Peacock avatar yet?
I did. It's Dwight from The Office.
I know. I was gonna wait. I wanted to see what everybody had. I was thinking that's.
I just got the Bluebird.
Yeah, I got the blue peacock right now.
Oh, you got blue. Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, I got blue.
You got a.
Yeah, I got blue balls.
Oh my. Okay. Oh.
Blassie, Freddie Blassie.
Why? Yeah. Why is Brett out here already?
What we got? What's the timestamp, Frank?
Yeah. So timestamp. Are you ready for this, Carl?
He's doing an interview segment with not Vince McMahon.
Okay.
So right now we're at 36, 28, 29, 30. Do you know for the longest time I thought Kevin Kelly was Nails? I legitimately.
Okay, that's got to go up there, dude.
What?
Please, somebody just yell at that time.
What?
Wait, what?
How would you get that one's out there, dude? I'm not gonna lie.
I did. I thought Kevin Kelly was. I just did.
That's like saying Paulie B is Excalibur.
Or is it like saying? Is it saying like Matt Levitt is Penta?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, have you ever seen Matt Levitt and Pentagon Jr. in the same room at the same time?
No, I have not. And I wanted to ask you.
Raw. I don't even know how to find Raw.
I had to search for it. I didn't know how to find it.
Yeah, I just went. I went to WWE search Monday Night Raw, and they all come up. Now, I need to ask a question because we said this was in the Onondaga County War Memorial.
Inagata
Davida.
What would say it again there, Henry?
Onondaga.
Onondaga.
Live in La Vida Loca? What?
I don't think I'm saying it right, but that's how I've always pronounced it. So that's what we're going with.
Here we go. So I was curious if it was maybe is it like a Native American
it has
name?
To be Native American.
Yeah. Okay.
I think Onondaga was.
I'm looking it up, and it's actually in Onondaga County, so it looks like the county owns it.
It's pretty much Iroquois up here.
It's what up there?
Iroquois. Because we got a.
Do they go that far north, Antonio?
Yeah, like we got a town called Iroquois up here, Seneca Falls.
You have Areola? What?
Did I catch season 5? Did you say season 5?
Season 5 were not.
Season 5, yeah, episode 11.
Season 5 where Dylan and Kelly got together. Oh wait.
See, I have no. What do we know? What Brett's saying here? I'm the best there is, the best there was.
Wrestler who ever lived. I'm greater than that Shawn Michaels bastard. And after I beat Psycho Sid tonight, I'm going to lose my title to Stone Cold Steve Austin because I'm a great big Canadian pussy.
All right.
I mean, possibly be paraphrasing.
Wow. He's back. He's back. Hold on a second. Let me.
Is
get
this
my
the
banner.
rare? Is this where they were doing that very crazy run of like the Sky Dome, like of Odd Raw? Oh no, it's not. Never mind.
Not yet. Because what did we say? Attendance only 4,700 people here.
Wait, where? I'm sorry. Where is this taking place?
Syracuse,
New York. War Memorial in Syracuse, New York.
And you guys are at?
We are at the timestamp now is 39, 33, 34, 35, 36.
Perfect.
According to what Meltzer said, Carl, just to catch you up, there were 4,737 people here that paid a gate of $76,273. Let me see here.
More people at Danny's place than that.
This is
I presume the information I'm getting from this is from Wikipedia. The War Memorial at one center, which is now what this place is called, old shit. They barely filled it halfway. It has a seating capacity of 8,000 people.
Yeah, but you got to think with staging and stuff. It probably.
I would like to do something. Oh my goodness!
The one WWE live event I've ever been to was at the KeyBank Center up in Buffalo, New York, which is the home of the National Hockey League's Buffalo Sabres. It holds about 20,000 people. It's a little smaller than Madison Square Garden. When they set up the stage, they set it up where I presume the tunnel would be when the hockey players come out. There was no seating whatsoever offered back behind the stage because nobody in their right mind would pay for that seat. You can't see anything. That took maybe, I want to say 1,500, 2,000 seats out of the mix. But if you were to fill that the rest of the way to capacity, you'd still fit, combined with what you're putting on the ice plus what you've got in the stands, at least the seating capacity for a hockey game, if not slightly more than that.
Frank, I have a question.
Wow.
Can we just talk over Henry? That blew my mind because I want to do something on like we always talk about Chicago and Providence and New York and all these LA, wherever you've seen shows. But like you think about Western New York, isn't Troy the field house where, of course, that was New York knockout between Funk and Flair and the I Quit match? I mean, there's like some random areas that you would be like, oh, I wouldn't say, I'm sorry, random comes across. Can we go back to that for bonus content at the end? Whatever I've never seen whatever. Did anybody else get that too? With the wig and the jacket and the whole thing?
Oh, yeah.
What the hell was that?
That was
What
a
the
high-powered
merchandise.
That was an old merchandise
meeting.
And
it was
and now we're seeing. Look, we've got The Rock before he was cool,
This is funny to me. I just learned something.
and his opponent for WrestleMania coming out.
I like. Just notice the flag. I like that they've taken any symbolism of what country it is and just kind of stuck on there. Well, I think that's supposed to be. It's not Bin Laden. It's because isn't it a symbol? It's what's his name?
It's
isn't
the
it like
Ayatollah.
Yeah, Ayatollah. Thank you.
Yeah. It's Iran. It's Iran.
I want to say Saran, but
it's whoever the Ayatollah was at that point in time.
Why does the hat the Sultan is wearing right now looks like one of those conspiracy theory hats?
He looks like the Shredder.
To me, it looks like either the salting hat from Harry Potter or a big Hershey's Kiss.
Exactly.
Nobody
Thank
else
you.
sees
Big Hershey's
Shredder
Kiss.
from Ninja Turtles in that hat.
Oh, Shredder. No, I could see it being Shredder too.
Now he just
Yeah,
turned
his
into
is more of a
Bane.
blade. His is more of a blade.
Now he just turned into Bane.
Look
who's
at
the ref
Batista.
here?
Look at him.
Is that Kyoto?
That is. That's not Kyoto.
No,
No, it's not Kyoto.
And can anybody name?
That
Who's
is
the
hell
jobber?
is that?
Who's the
I
jobber?
believe it's Mike Bell. Is it
That
not?
is Mike Bell, and
So,
Mike Bell
yeah.
was the subject of the documentary "Bigger, Stronger, Faster," which was directed and produced by his brother Chris, and talked about the addictions of drugs and alcohol and the role that steroids played
That was a
in
stiff. Oh my God, that
So,
pile driver.
There are two things
in
I want to
wrestling.
point out here.
That was,
I'm sorry, I didn't cut you off, Brandy, but I can't get used to looking at The Rock with hair.
I know.
What is Bob Backlund doing out here?
Why not?
Now, real quick,
And why is he on commentary with Vince McMahon, Jim Ross, and Jerry the King Lawler?
because
Oh,
this is his-
jabroni. Bob
Because-
Backlund. Wait.
the
That's
Rock
who he's
is,
facing at WrestleMania.
yeah, the Rock is facing the Sultan for the Intercontinental Championship.
Wait, Will,
Brandy, can we go back to Mike Bell for a minute? Is Mike Bell still with us?
No, Mike Bell passed away in 2008. He was in a rehab facility for his addiction problems and had been clean before that, and then got a hold of contraband in the facility and was found dead by his roommate of a drug overdose.
God.
Probably one of the
And-
more. Yeah, I'd say, Brandy, you've seen that documentary. It sounds like.
I have. It's very hard hitting, and it's very topical because actually on March 17th in Laredo, Texas, Dr. Death Steve Williams was arrested for drug possession. He was entering the country from Japan with 2 companions, and he was found with undeclared pharmaceutical drugs in his luggage and the luggage of his 2 companions. And they were all charged with a felony count each of felony possession of a controlled substance and released after
Wow.
posting $25,000 bond. They had, in total, 80 boxes of Neopercodan, 17 boxes of Valium, 16 boxes of Halcyon, 15 boxes of Tamagesic, 26 boxes of Daveron, and 8 boxes of Ritrevil. These are all narcotic painkillers.
Sounds like he's getting ready to open up a pharmacy.
Sounds like he was selling.
What is Tony
Exactly.
Atlas? Why is Tony Atlas a part of this?
Yeah, I was
he's
trying.
an agent, and he's also part of the Rock storyline because Tony Atlas was tag partners with the Rock's
His dad.
dad.
That's right, his dad.
And there's Sean!
You sounded like the beginning of a song. Oh my God.
You
He's
sound
like
like,
Frank.
you sound like Frank when he first saw Shawn Michaels.
Can we talk about something that happened at Dave and Buster's? And I can't believe it.
Wait a minute, Frank.
I'm
Before we
pleading
do
the
that-
fifth.
Before we do that, because I just saw the graphic for Psycho Sid and The Undertaker at WrestleMania 13. What other historic wrestling event happened at the Onondaga, or at the, hold on just a second,
What is it?
Onondaga County War Memorial that's related to
What do you think
professional
about this?
wrestling?
Hey, what year was it? Oh, no, don't tell me the year. Don't tell me the year. Was it before 1950 or after
It was
1950?
after this.
It was after 1950? Was it the first time
It
that
was
Bruiser...
after this show in 1997.
Oh, it was after this.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I was going to say Bruiser Brody wrestling a bear, but that would be humanly
I
impossible.
mean, that could very well happen.
I was hoping for something random like that. Wait, it would have been... Was it the first AEW live show?
Uh-uh. They haven't been to New York yet.
Timestamp, Frank.
Timestamp for the people that didn't spend $9.99. 47, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I know,
Anybody
you're
else
from,
here
I know you're from
guess?
Alabama, so we will say 21, 22, 23, so you understand the flow of numbers.
So back then,
I don't have the fingers, I'm sorry. Jeez.
So back
I
then,
can count to
when,
21, that's as far as I can go.
so back then when they introduced Warzone, they did the intro and everything all over again.
Yes.
Wow.
Because it was marketed as 2 separate television shows, and in order to secure those 2 slots as separate television shows, you had to have a separate entrance, as a separate open.
Yeah, see, there you go. Brandy with dropping the fucking headlines. I love it, because I didn't know
Yes. Nacho did the same thing when they swapped commentators.
Oh, and speaking of dropping, my panties just dropped. Oh my lord!
Ooh, wait, hold on.
Frank, do you want me to save my bad Dice Clay stuff until we're off the air? Because I two right.
that. Oh, no,
there
I'd love, please, on air.
All right,
I'd love it on air.
all right. Just going back right there, I was trying to read lips. You guys ever try to read somebody's lips? They're very tough. Tony
depends
Atlas,
Never mind.
it was between him and The Rock. They were going back and forth, and The Rock said something like, "Hey, did you make it down to the actual trial?" And he's like, "No, man, I got the papers on time. I just never went. Hope Brody's okay."
Oh my god!
Sorry, I'm in pain and I have pain pills, so I can think of like the worst things. And then the only other one that I had was, oh, this is terrible. This is really bad. I'm going to help those ones.
I'll see you there.
Was do you think Sean like looked into the crowd and was like, "Hey, you beat me up, and you beat me up. Hey, and you did too. Didn't you rip Davey Boy out of the front seat?"
Oh no,
Sean, where were you? Oh, that's right. He's in WCW. Never mind.
didn't that happen in Syracuse?
Sure
Yes, that happened in Syracuse.
Sure did. That's why he's waving to the crowd.
That one wasn't as bad as the bro. Yeah, that was at least somewhat funny. Good. No,
You can see how much fun Vince
He looks much nicer with hair.
McMahon
I
has so much
miss his
fun.
hair.
with it. Watch how much fun Vince McMahon has during this interview.
I had that bear. I had those gloves. I had the glasses.
Frank does too,
You
don't you,
Vince
Frank?
McMahon's hair
I
in a
have the
box
glasses,
somewhere.
gloves, and hat somewhere. I just cannot find them.
Now
I'm a mark or a cross-dresser, one of the two.
Please tell me you wear it around the
Why
house.
can't you be both?
I usually will wear nothing but the hat, gloves, and
And the belt, the title belt.
no. See, now let's go back to the title belt because Dave and
Yes,
Buster's, the bar on Saturday night. My HBK picture debuted there that evening. Because TJ told the filter free people that I did it. He told it on air, and he must have told them it was me off air because they all wanted to see it. So of course I had it in my sent folder, and then they tricked some gay guy to thinking it was Sean they were going to see, and it was me. So we definitely had to, but I have to tell you that I think I scared Dave and the QC's wife because she's a beautiful woman, and I just said to her, I was like, just know that most men don't look like this. And I showed it to her, and she was horrified. Angel gave me a high five.
That's how they got you, dude. That is how. Because I was thinking, I'm like, how did they get Frank like that? And then I was like, oh, it was Angel comes up, and she is just energy, and it was like we had left for 4 hours, mind you, 5 hours, 6 hours.
Yeah.
She came back and she was like, hey, yeah, I might get a beer. I'm like, but you guys have been here for like 12 hours. And, like, she was, like, still going strong. And she was like, let me see that picture. And it was kind of like, okay, yeah, this picture's coming out now. You had no choice. If I were in your shoes, dude, I would have done the same thing. Because you had no choice with her.
I just, you know what, and in that moment, it was like, you know what, I'm Frank Bruno. This is who I am. Here's my half-naked photo. With my flabby man breasts, so it's all good. I mean, it's all good.
It's still saved in my phone.
I know you've got it in your.
It's still saved on my phone too, Frank.
Oh, Lord, Adam.
Oh, she's
Your
crying.
picture, when you call me, your picture pops up.
Frank,
No.
Frank, after
And
what
when, your,
I'm sure that's not the only thing that pops.
and when your
Oh,
picture
God.
pops up, my picture pops up.
Frank, after what I saw last week, yours is better by default.
Oh, with the.
What are you talking about, his bush?
Can you tell Carl that story real quick? He's got to hear that. I know. I'm
Oh,
sorry
okay.
for those watching. You're going to hear this story again, but go ahead.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's
so
funny to
about
hear. It's good enough to hear twice.
last
right.
Wednesday or Thursday, I was doing my night run, doing my last run of the night. So I'm at a stop sign. I hear out the window someone yelling, "Hey, driver!" So I look over. There's this crackhead lady, whatever. She lifts up her sundress. All I see is flab and bush.
Guys. I don't know. Have ever
I almost have to gather my thoughts for a second because you can give up a lot of things. You can like I've heard people give up smoking and then they really get into, they find another habit. That would I would be so angry at that person. I would have resentment. Like I would hold a resentment for the rest of my life. Be like, I can't get hard.
Bluetooth, where are you?
No, at first
Like
I'm
I
like,
would be legit angry.
No more 1980s Bush. No.
Well, I will say that my second ex-wife had that 70s bush. So I mean that thing was like she looked like she had a
Too much info.
she looked like she had a bulge. It was that thick.
Oh
It was
my
like
God.
you thought you were in the Vietnamese forest. I'll tell you that right now.
Oh my god.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Top Guy Theater, where we continue to learn way too much information about our friends and their personal lives.
Did
Now,
you,
I want to tell you about my trip to Baltimore back in 2008.
Did you need a weed whacker?
Weed whacker. You needed a goddamn. You needed
a machete.
not a weed whacker. You needed one of those old machetes where you're walking around going shush, just to find her G spot.
If you're sticking your machete up there, Frank, that's step one that says that you're doing it wrong.
I wasn't sticking anything up there until I got through the bush. I mean, this was something that hadn't been trimmed in 25 years.
Oh my
You
God.
thought it's supposed to be inside the woman, not on the outside.
She dropped those panties and I was like, what in the hell is going on? It's like it's like those weeds that grow up a house. I mean, it was just like, it's like you're constantly pulling and pulling and pulling just to find the front door. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Where are those meat curtains?
Oh my God.
So
Okay, Antonio, do you want to come clean on this one, you and I? Because
What?
Wait, and by the way, is it me that has the sound on? If it is, like...
No.
No, I don't hear anything.
I'm
Adam,
sorry, I did.
Adam.
Wait, Antonio.
Adam's
I
like, I
didn't-
hope my daughter didn't hear that.
I didn't get lost. I went up to New York with Antonio, and we went and we visited Sonny. That's the actual story. The bush we saw Jersey, New York, whatever. Yeah, all we did is when we tried to pick up the phone to do the call with the partition glass, it was just like.
Yeah, but then
it was like Dirk Diggler and like
Lord.
Rogaine. And,
then I heard flatulence and I was out.
Wow,
Oh
is
my
that Vader?
God.
Yeah, that's Vader.
I hope so.
So wait a minute. I'm sorry. So
Wait a minute. We've got a match where we had a match with a baby Vader and a baby Mankind, and now we have Big Mark. Oh yeah, Jesus Christ.
Regular
And now
size.
Now we've got Big Vader and Big Mankind.
So what
Yep.
you're telling me is earlier we had fun size, now we've got regular size.
Yes.
So it's-
Antonio always has fun size.
Oh yeah.
So does
All
Tony
right.
Schiavone from the stories I've heard.
We're from now on. We're gonna
Nicholas.
here's what Antonio's new name is gonna be. Antonio Santos, the tit tickler.
There you go. There you go.
Oh, look at this shit. Oh,
I thought it
love
was the teabagger.
Oh, real quick. So when I was in Baltimore, right, I went to Baltimore for a Red Sox game, and we took a train into Camden Yards, took a train out of Camden Yards, and we were waiting for our shuttle to get back to bring us back to our hotel. And this, as Antonio has so eloquently put it before, a crack whore, kept asking me for cigarettes. And let me tell you something. First of all, if I wanted a good gum job, she was all about it. But
Jesus.
because she didn't have no teeth. But she kept asking me, and I'm like, I don't smoke, hon. I'm sorry, I don't smoke. And she asked me like 5 times. Then our shuttle comes up, and I don't know what possessed this woman for like the 6th time to walk up to me, but she walks up to me and goes, "Is that your ride?" Just like that. And I'm like, "Yeah, have a good night." And she goes, "I will suck your dick for a pack of Marlboros."
Oh my God.
Marlboro Menthols.
But look, I don't know. I don't care. I was scared for my life.
Adams, that's the best answer. Wait, what kind? You got menthols or?
Was it menthols?
If I
or
turned
Wiggles?
around and said, "For what kind?" Are you kidding me? And to this day, the kid that was with me tells us 13 years later, and I can't get away from that moment of my life.
The ironic part is because Doug was with us in Jacksonville, and Doug smokes Marlboro menthols.
How do you think he got them? Never mind. Never mind.
Wow.
Sorry.
Sorry,
Are they-
Doug.
Wait, are these
Definitely
you?
wasn't at the Omni in Jacksonville. I definitely wasn't there.
That reminds me of a story from that trip to Universal. I'm not telling on the air, and that makes me
God.
happy.
All right. Can you at least jog my memory?
Why, did you need cigarettes too, Henry?
No.
Oh.
I will happily answer both of your questions once we're no longer on the air. I can't be that vile.
All right, I was just talking about bush and meat curtains. You can't be that
70s
vile.
Bush. You can't go worse than 70s Bush.
We were getting intimate details of the second ex-wife, and you can't say what happened at Universal on air?
It's not what happened at the theme park. It's what happened on the way home.
Oh.
You may
Apparently,
go
I
in,
missed
but you never come out.
I was at Dynamite, so I missed it.
I was
Could you
sitting
make-
up
You're
waiting
part
for
of the story
everybody at
too, Adam,
home.
as a matter of fact.
Do I know about it?
You might.
Do I know about it?
You might not.
Can you?
Listen.
Right. Well, so just tell the damn story, Henry.
Just say it!
Just say it, Henry.
We need
Say it,
people to
chicken.
keep
Yeah,
coming back. We
I
need
can
clicks.
always add it around. Yeah.
Are you sure?
All right, I'm
Do
very
it.
sure.
Dude, I told my whole story. Yeah, I got no. It's all good.
Fair enough.
I talked
So
about
going back to
13-year-old
Universal,
puberty.
when we get closer to Jacksonville, we stop to fill our Mercedes-Benz with gasoline.
Shout out to Michael.
And Mark proceeds to tell us this story about how when the women got back to the house, they found two of the male occupants of the house sucking one another off and got rather offended when they were asked to join and rebuff the men. And it turned into a brouhaha where the story finally ends, and this is where you come in, Adam. And Mike and I figure out it's a rib. It's something about how the women are outside, and you're trying to keep the peace, and one of the men is beating one of the other men with a plastic spatula.
I know the two men. I know the two men.
Carl, first of all, what did JD do? Second of all, Carl, I think we should have stayed at the house and not the Omni. There was a lot more action going
It's
on
funny
there.
you call out what, but who's number two?
You,
I am.
No, it ain't me.
I did not. You know what? I was expecting.
First of all,
I'm saying.
this is 2:00 in the morning. Mark is entertaining himself by telling stories.
He's entertaining
so-
himself and watching everybody entertain themselves.
So what happened was, apparently Christina and I get home and we find Doug going down on Justin. Now, first of all, we're jealous because number one, we weren't invited, and then we were invited, and then we got offended, and then
Look at Frank.
fighting started happening. Adam's trying to keep the peace and starts mooning everybody.
wait a minute.
And-
Hold on a second. Hold on. This really happened?
No, that's the best part.
But Mark goes on a tangent and makes everybody think.
But everybody-
beating Doug with a spatula, and Mike and I both kind of look at each other. Are you ribbing us?
But it
This
took
is
to
a
the point of the
god-awful rib.
spatula for them to realize it was a rib.
I know, Bella. I heard that. Yeah. What in the fuck just happened? Wow.
No, the most action I got was cuddling up to Mark's cold ass in the bed.
I need a timestamp.
Yeah, wow. On that note, 1 hour, 2 minutes, 15, 16, 17. Holy shit. And no, so there was no action to be had in this house?
Well, it depends who you asked.
Well, I mean,
Not in my
I
room.
heard a story, but you, Adam, you and I discussed that one already.
Yeah, that is so negative. No, it didn't happen.
Swear on my
And the
life
most-
that didn't
I
happen.
swear it didn't happen. I swear on anybody it didn't
And
happen.
all I got was cuddles, and then he actually told me more than once to get off of him.
If it happened, I'd tell you, but it didn't happen.
Oh my God, baby Jesus. Oh shit.
So yeah, there was no action.
Baby
Mark
Jesus
swears
stayed
it
very
happened.
far away from this house, Frank.
What?
I said, baby Jesus stayed very far away from this house. Frank.
Yeah, they did.
What
I
with
mean-
the stories and the mooning.
Carl just got to listen to me sound like Vader all night with my CPAP machine on.
You know, it was not. I didn't notice.
No, your
I-
CPAP is so quiet.
It is, dude. It was like this. It really was like. I'm like, oh, what are you putting on tonight? You're like, we've got Catalina Breeze. Or, and I'm like, yeah, I don't care, whatever you want to do. You're like, what about Soaring Eagle? Oh wait, hey, do you have the low key version? Caw. Caw. No, we don't want
my grandpa had a CPAP, and it literally sounded like Darth Vader.
It was all like the old ones were just terrible. On a closing note. Oh, go no, you go.
I was just, have y'all noticed in the ring right here, everybody in the ring has passed away except for one person.
Oh
Yeah.
Mike
oh
is
my
How
god.
crazy is that?
Well,
Bummer.
technically 2 people because Kyoto's in there.
Well, okay, I'm in the wrestlers anyway. And the
Yeah,
one
'cause
that's
both
left is
Davey and
mine.
Vader are dead.
You
And
just
you
tried to
notice-
put Mike Chioda on the list of the dead?
No, the wrestlers, not the
Yeah.
referee.
You notice how Bulldog
Flair-
like single-handedly like lift up Vader with ease. each
Yeah,
time.
he power slammed Vader twice and did a suplex.
Yeah.
Like it was nothing.
Okay, I do. All right, now Brandy, you'll get. No. Actually, that was literally you could not have. I couldn't have written it. I could not have gone into the deepest part of my soul or brain and brought it out. Because you just talked about, you're like, man, everybody's in, except for 2 people have passed. And that's always a tough subject. But it gets really awkward when your family, who they know, they are very well aware that I'm probably the worst person you ever want to watch Dark Side of the Ring with 4 times. Or be on the mat, or like any of that stuff. Because I will tell you, and you're going to hear it. And the show starts, and my mom goes, "Hey, didn't you say both Sam Houston and Rockin' Robin, they were dead, like super dead?" And I'm like, what? Yes, I did say that by accident. How do you guys remember? That was like the one time I pronounced somebody dead by accident.
Twice.
Hold on 1 second.
In the same show.
Aaron Ferguson.
Oh, good news.
Speaking
That
of
was like
pronouncing-
Michael McClanahan.
Good
That was
good
like
news.
Michael McClanahan.
Not Michael McClanahan.
I look like Michael.
Shout out to Money Mike.
Money Mike, I haven't talked to him in a bit. I gotta see what he's up to.
He's the best.
Money Mike is wonderful. He puts up with our degenerate asses, and he's somehow not corrupted
If he
yet.
only knows what he's in for in Chicago.
He's going to be in
God.
Chicago, and you guys are never gonna guess who he's bringing as his guest.
His
Okay,
mother.
yeah.
It's Mama.
So I almost
Money Mama.
As his plus one.
my mom's got like all of her family is still there. So like who? But you got to pay for a plane ticket. So, but wait, you're getting a +1 to the show and all the other
Top
events?
guy stuff. Yes.
Yeah,
you
they're
get,
giving
you
us
get
two
one
bucks.
guest.
Okay.
You
What
get
about
a bracelet and a guest bracelet.
What about like low key? Because aren't they running them
Low
simultaneously?
key, they are going at the same time, and it's the same for Low Key Big Hog. Low Key Big Hog gets a bracelet, and you also get a guest bracelet.
So really, wait. If you
Bella.
got both,
Somebody's gas for the local big hog thing.
What are you doing?
you know what? Actually,
What are you
I do.
doing?
Because, Doug is coming as my guest for Low Key Big Hog. I made sure that Doug is going to be able to join us in Chicago. And a lot of what was really cool is we're literally driving home, we're getting into the house, and everybody's making reservations for Chicago. And everybody's willing to do whatever, pay money, use mileage, whatever, to help share hotel rooms, to get everybody to Chicago for this Top Guy weekend. And it's, it's one of the things that I love about our community.
Yeah,
is that we're all willing to help each other out. So
Yeah,
we
I'm
can
bumping-
experience this.
I'm
Brandy,
bumping with Chewbacca down there.
Brandy, you know what I think
Yes.
is even cooler
What?
than that? We're going
What
to
is-
take Carl to his very first Cubs game.
Yes!
no, I've been to plenty. Oh my gosh! Here you go.
It's
Here's
going to
good.
be Carl's first wrestling show in his hometown
Yeah, I know,
of
this is-
Chicago.
This is nuts. Yeah,
But
non-Indian.
You
No,
don't
I've
get
been-
tickets to the event, though, do you?
Why
You have to
is
buy,
Billy
you have to
Gunn
buy
going
tickets
up
to the show, don't
You
you?
have to buy tickets, but Conrad is going to work with
about to
AEW
die.
on securing a block of tickets for us. For All
So we
Out.
have to buy tickets.
To All Out, yes.
I will be viewing it securely on pay-per-view while at home.
Yeah, I don't.
Whatever.
I mean, like,
It's
Let me
only
talk
money.
to you,
I
Frank.
really don't give a fuck.
When you tell me, Frank.
I don't. Oof. Man, if that. Okay, last Cubs game I was at was a bachelor party. They have the rooftops, which Mike Kolb alluded to a little bit earlier this week, that they're kind of blocked, so it's not worth going. The Cubs are going to be out of it anyways by that time. They really are. I'm not trying to knock them. So I go there, and I was in a big phase of no underwear, Carl. Like, it was I was, like, leading the charge of, like, this is not right. Like, men should not have to wear underwear. Now, at the time, I was, like, I was 20. I was, like, 20. No, hold on. No. I was 27, so I was definitely more fit, so, like, my jeans stayed on better because I actually had, like, an ass and, like, quads and stuff. Like, I just have straight... I don't have the ability to poop, okay? I don't have a crack. So the thing is that when... Go to if you watch you can't do that on television where the assembly there's like the assembly line, they were like putting the kids together. I felt like the big guy upstairs was like, whoops, not that one. And then they go and Frank, I put something on Vimeo to play us out. What does that mean, to play us out?
Check.
Because I have to go and get the I have one other prescription that I have to go and get signed for. But no, so I go there, and it's a bachelor party. It's not my own, but I'm standing in the wedding. So we're going up to said rooftop. Now, a rooftop in Wrigley, just Chicago, sum it up. You see the game from the roof. It's all you can eat, all you can drink. It's like $150 a person, but it is the greatest time ever because it's unlimited. It's like, I mean, you can have, they have steak and ice cream, like soft serve or beer, you name it. Like, you could drink $150 or eat $150 easily in 40 minutes. I've never had so much ice cream and alcohol at the same time. Anyways, as we're walking up the stairs, I'm wearing some seersucker shorts like a douche. I tear them. My sack falls out. Thank God my buddy lived like 3 blocks away, so I'm going back, literally. And I almost did this Pat McAfee standing, but I knew you'd kill me, Frank. But I almost did this. But I was like walking back, and I'm just like, it was like I caught clap or something. My boy down at the gas station, he did it all the time. But it's very dangerous because you got to eat. Yeah, that's for you, Yellow. No, but no, that really did happen.
You ran into off.
I'm gonna smack your ass and ride the wave in. Cheese.
See, I can't pop like Orville Redenbacher with a broken cup.
Wait a minute.
Dude,
Slap
oh,
your
yeah,
ass
dude.
and ride the wave in? Is that what you
Oh,
said?
you got to
That's
show him
nice
his
idea.
Tracy Morgan is totally awesome. By the way, okay, and last thing, so I don't incriminate myself completely, to get some levity and some humor out of all this, 2 things. One, Brandy, I still go back to what you just said a couple minutes ago. I don't care if people say, oh, well, it's, a facade, this community, or this or that, or whatever, or anything. No. Wrong. Incorrect. And I don't know if I'll leave this in or not, and I'll look back at this and say, that was a bit much, or that wasn't what we should have been talking about during it. So I'll make it quick and say that if it's not for everybody that I'm looking at on this screen, the people that are watching and the others in the AFS community, I don't know where I'm at today, and that especially goes for Frank Bruno. So Frank, thank you from the bottom of my heart, but to all of you, thank you. I really appreciate it. And the moment of levity, Frank, I did get the video, and I showed it to the guy who's doing the surgery, because I have to have, it's broken off at the, at the shoulder, so I have to put a pin in, a couple pins and screws, and he saw the elbow drop the day after.
I couldn't believe you. Yeah. Knowing what I know now.
And he goes, well, dude, you heard it when I gave, my mom loves that Universal Studios jacket.
Oh, good. Okay.
But I go, Mom, it sounded like somebody put tinfoil in the microwave. It popped.
Oh.
Can I go? Yeah, I'm going to go get my... You guys are the best. I cannot wait for episode 1. It'll be posted.
All right, yeah, you can cut this out if you do call, but is it in Vimeo? I didn't see it in Vimeo when
I lost internet, and now it's re-rendering.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. Well,
So,
yeah.
I had some outro music in there, but no biggie.
All right, cool.
going back to what Brandy said, though, the community, we had a great time in Florida, and I feel close to everybody now, especially the two that's going to help me get to Chicago. Freaking amazing, because I'm not used to having people just, hey, man, we're going to do this for you. I'm used to the one being the one that does for people. So when these guys said, hey, dude, we got you, I about lost it. I mean, I ain't going to lie to you. I teared up, and I had to run them out for a minute so I could clear my head.
That's why
I actually have a picture on my phone of the exact moment that I told Doug. I'm like, look, you're going. Your plane ticket is covered.
That's
That's what these two guys told me. I don't want to keep their name in. Put the name out there, but
that's why you don't have to pay for the room. I'm taking care of that.
I mean, that's what
somebody did the
makes
same
us all
thing for me.
that we care enough about each other to want to do that stuff, and that means the world. Just the fact that
because I'm not used to it at all. I'm used to being the one that does the. Hey, Adam, need this. Hey, Adam, need this. Hey, Adam, need this.
So you'll know where our room is when I put that sign up that says Club Wookie.
Well, I'll probably go to bed at 8 o'clock.
You'll know where I am because I'm rooming with Amy.
I need a key for the place.
All the alcohol in the entire hotel is going to be flowing through your room.
Yes.
How did I get stuck with a dinosaur?
Because I did my penance in Jacksonville.
Oh,
so now I get stuck with the dinosaur. Thanks, Brandon.
Yes.
Does he cuddle good? Because I want to cuddle with
him. He does cuddle good. So
I want to cuddle with him just to see.
That's insulting. You shouldn't call Amy a dinosaur. She's a very nice lady. Did I miss something in the middle there?
No, she's very mean and evil. She's evil.
She tried to break Adam.
Don't you put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby.
Amy,
she was whispering not exactly sweet nothings, but some very suggestive language in Adam's ear, and he looked like he wanted to jump off of the staircase to get away.
6 different times. She is evil.
Who is
she
that?
is evil.
Who is evil?
Amy.
Oh, Amy was getting a little funny.
Amy was seductively whispering suggestive things in Adam's ear.
Well, I would have seductively accidentally touched her boobs.
You mean like Michael Amend did that one day? Yes.
Oh, wow.
I
missed a lot then.
I think you gotta blame me for that because Amy has become warped.
She's evil.
Well, she had already drank, I think at that point she'd already drank half the bottle of Mr. Woodford that she'd brought with her.
That Woodford Reserve, dude, was housed when we got there, and I was like, holy Lord. My liver would be out my knee.
She drank that entire bottle.
Well, it was only half empty when I picked her up, or about half when I picked her up.
She drank about half of it, yeah.
But then she jumped on JD's Jack Daniels.
No, that was Evan Williams.
Evan Williams. That's right.
Evan was not as satisfactory as Mr. Woodford.
God, there's such a difference. Oh, God.
Is there anything, do we have Rebel tomorrow?
No, tomorrow should be Medusa, if Medusa's not
this Saturday?
I'm confused.
Or on Sunday. I'm confused.
Guys,
my days are all mixed up.
Hold on. Go ahead.
Today's Friday.
Oh my God, I had no idea.
That doesn't surprise me.
Well,
I don't know why.
On the East Coast, us East Coasters, it's Saturday.
Oh my God, it is Friday.
It's Saturday.
I'm literally just realizing it. Wow.
That doesn't surprise me, Carl. I love you to death.
Yeah, I miss talking to Medusa and Alex.
Yeah, I miss talking to Alex,
Yeah, we miss Alex.
I talked to him yesterday.
He's
having a blast, man.
He's getting work now since everything is opening back up.
Well, he's got a show. He's got a show with the RVD, doesn't he?
Yeah. LOL with RVD.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I texted him a day or two ago and talked to him.
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna text him once we get off of here.
Yes.
How is the Medusa thing still happening?
As far as I know.
They haven't said anything. She's had to cancel the last couple times it was her turn because she was traveling. But they haven't actually said anything.
Is Rebel this week or is Medusa this week?
Medusa's this Sunday.
It should be this week because they had live Rebel last weekend.
It's this Sunday because I have to work at the restaurant this Sunday, and when I'm at work, it's Medusa. because I don't rush to get home.
Did anybody have a tiny granular, just a little, like even just a grain of sand, thinking Medusa's traveling? She gonna turn on, and then all the stuff she was talking about Britt on AFS. I'm like, I think we're getting worked. I thought she was coming out.
She wishes.
I don't know why.
Medusa, please don't see this. Please don't kill me. She wishes. But maybe if she wasn't such a negative, horrible person on our Zoom calls, people would want to hang out with her. And Tony Khan would actually want to bring her into work.
And that's a hot take.
That's Brandy's hot takes, brought to you by Sid and his love for softball.
And he has half the brain.
Another hot take, Medusa shouldn't wrestle, like, ever again.
She never had an official retirement match, and she wants an official retirement match.
Then let her go do it in the Indies, or let her go give Vince McMahon a happy ending.
I mean, I'm going to show my biases.
She was never that great a wrestler.
Oh my God, you shut your whore mouth.
I'm just going to sit back and let this go. You guys do me.
I want to see her wrestle
me.
Miko Satomura or Misaruga.
Carl, do you have to go?
I had enough
I'm going to go.
WCW that I never want to see her again.
Go.
You need to see her work from Japan because it was the bomb.
Was it after 1997?
Before.
See, AWA, New Japan, even to a smaller degree, the WWF. Acceptable. Eric Bischoff ruined Medusa because Eric Bischoff didn't know how to book women. Incidentally, he didn't know how to book cruiserweights either because he had his head shoved so goddamn far up Hulk Hogan's ass that he forgot how to run a wrestling company, and that's why WWE stayed in the wilderness by itself for 20 years. That's a debate for another day. My point is that I personally don't think Medusa's all that great, and it's the last 2 years of her professional wrestling career in WCW that taint Medusa for me.
So would you say that Medusa
how do you really
is
feel?
shooting blanks? Medusa's shooting blanks. That's what you're saying.
How do you really feel, Henry? Don't hold back.
Please don't hold back.
I love that.
Yes. Red ass Henry.
Although I will
love it.
give Eric credit because he gave a platform to women like Bull Nakano and Akira Hokuto, who are motherfucking badasses the world over and should have been seen more often in the United States.
I don't disagree with that. However,
Well, I disagree that it was Bischoff because Bull Nakano was in WWF before.
And Kevin Nash,
I know, but did they actually
Hall,
ever give
Randy
Bull
Savage, and Bret Hart
her due?
are
No,
given
they
the power to
did.
do this and go, that doesn't work for me, brother. I'm not saying that was anybody beyond Hulk Hogan, really. Nobody's ever proven that it was anybody beyond Hulk Hogan. My point more being, they pushed the bigger name talent almost exclusively at times in WCW to the detriment of almost everything else except the cruiserweight division. WWE started to bring the women back in 1998. Granted, at first they primarily used them as eye candy, but they built a viable women's wrestling division.
Okay,
Bertha Faye was not eye candy. Bertha Faye was not eye candy.
Bertha Faye was the early 90s. 98, he's talking
She was an
it's
awesome
late era
wrestler.
Sunny.
Fabulous Moolah are not eye candy for
It
people
was,
like us. Don't you dare!
Tori, Jacqueline.
I'm gonna let you guys debate this one out. Let me, Henry, I'm gonna throw this one out, and I'm gonna let just because that stupid patient keeps knocking my door. He's like, "Oh my," he thinks it's a dick doctor. I'm a DIK. It's not what I do. I shoot. Again, head down to Orlando. Greatest shoulders you can get done. No, think of it this way. I always like to play the hardest reverse game that I can in my head. So what if they didn't? What if they just they came out one day and it was Brawl for All, but it was women and not like the AWA Foxy Boxing or any of that. I'm talking about like legit. Like, okay, we're going to train you for a couple months. And
like
then,
Josh,
and then
Josh
there you go. Yeah, I mean, like, just no. I mean, like, think of it this way: if they got exposure, we knew we got Sable, we got China, we got mainstream media, Jacqueline, we got people, 2 of them in Playboy, 3 of them, multiple in Playboy, and if it wasn't for that, it's like. is Vince crazy enough in his own mind? And I guess it's not a yes no. It's like, if that doesn't happen, does the Divas? I shouldn't say that. The Women's Revolution does the. This has been trash, guys. We got to do something about it. So can you couldn't bring them in, right, as legit world beaters at that time in that environment, because we'd be like, okay, thanks, Stone Cold, we're waiting. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't think the fans would have received. Would they have though? I don't know. Because they didn't have UFC women. Like UFC women did a lot for WWE or the wrestling business as a whole. Now I am going to go on that note. I'm going to go get this guy. It could be a girl. I don't know. I'm guessing it's a guy.
Okay.
On that note, I'm not sure. No, it's a buddy. That's what it is.
Oh.
Do you have my appointment, Carl, for next week?
I do.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll be there for my hand job. I mean,
I've got to get this burning dealt with. I don't know what's going on.
Nurse.
I know a good pharmacist.
I don't deal with that anymore. Not after the last time, Antonio.
I'm going to toss myself on mute.
Damn near took my hand.
Wait, you
yeah,
toss your
that's
hand. Nurse, we have enough KY, right?
oh my
Is it normal? Is it normal for a dentist to give you a free prostate exam?
Oh my god.
Is it normal? Is that an Alabama thing?
No, that's people get off.
I thought that was
when I do that, when I like throw that on as like a Groupon, like, hey, come on in and get a handy, whatever. People find that like I don't know. They sour at it, I would say, most of the time. But then the other half of the crowd's like, oh, cool, that's neat.
Get your hair did, get a handy.
So
I'm out. T-shirt. That's a T-shirt. Now I'm really. All I love, guys. Thank God it's Friday.
We'll
Hey,
see
brother.
ya.
Thank God he just found out it's Friday.
Oh my lord.
Let's go, guys.
That, ladies and gentlemen, was Carl Mandic, unfiltered.
Yes.
On a good
And
day.
we don't want
been
to.
talking over one hell of a match.
Well, that's so. I was gonna say in this match now we start to have this crazy ass amount. So remember, go home to WrestleMania 13. We've got all this. We've got Austin interfering. We got Taker interfering. So it's what we're gonna do is I'm gonna show some of Bret's promo that he cuts after the match. But
Okay, here's something I don't understand. Wouldn't normal logic dictate for Bret Hart if Austin and The Undertaker are fighting Sid on the cage, instead of trying to climb over the cage where they are, walk over to the door and have the referee let you out?
well, that's not wrestling logic. Wrestling logic is to have to do everything the hard way.
I mean,
Well, if he
ultimately,
was
it's
truly
really
a
what
heel,
Bret Hart
he would be.
did back in the ring. But if he's just trying to win the match and be the WWE champion,
I mean,
why
if
not
he
just
were a
go
heel,
out the
he would
door?
be hot stepping for
now
that
if Austin
door.
and The Undertaker's
Well, see-
going to get there fast enough to stop him.
You got to remember, Taker's trying to stop Bret from winning because if Bret wins, it's Bret and Austin for the belt
Hmm?
at WrestleMania. So
Oh.
Taker doesn't want to lose his title shot
Did you-
against Sid.
Knowing what we know is that at WrestleMania, the streak continues and that The Undertaker wins the WWE title again.
Yes,
Would
it
you
is.
go so far as to classify...
Spoiler: 20 years later.
It's not a spoiler if it's more than 20 years old. Spoiler, the idea of building a theme park full of live dinosaurs doesn't work.
That's a fat
That's a
Undertaker.
bullshit
too.
idea.
Wow.
Jesus.
Could you call The Undertaker here sort of a transitional champion to take us to SummerSlam to give it back to Bret Hart before the screw job?
Not really. Well,
Oh, here we go. Yep.
Yeah,
All right.
but SummerSlam is what, July?
August.
August. And this
We're
is
in
March.
March.
This is the end of March right here. So
Did we-
April, May, June.
This is March
5 months.
17th.
was there ever
5
a
months is not a transitional champion, is it? 5 months?
was
Yes,
there
it
ever
is.
That'd be-
was there ever a Stone Cold Psycho Sid match?
Was there ever? I don't remember there being one.
I don't know.
I think it was softball season.
Okay.
That's in April. Oh God, he went down hard.
That's
That's
what
before
she
he had the
said.
short. Hey, that's when he was wearing the shorts too. He still had the blue jeans on.
All right, so I'm probably ahead of you guys because I don't have ads. So I've got Sid walking back up the ramp. We're at 128, 27, 20.
You just shout who the man.
You're a minute and a half ahead.
I think I'm at you, Frank.
All right, that's about right. Because what's going to happen now is they're going to cut to commercial when they come back. The cage is going to be half down, and Bret's going to have his little promo. So I'm going to cut to that when it happens on my screen, just so everyone's aware. Okay. But this is again my what I feel is Bret starts the turn tonight. He does not. It's not a turn at WrestleMania. Yes. It's the turn starts tonight when he becomes a petulant little bitch.
Yeah, he no star. This is flat out.
He's always been a petulant little bitch. What makes tonight any different?
Wow.
Jesus.
And
your ass is red.
This right, event is brought to you by Red Ass Henry.
Well, by karate fighters.
Yep. So we've got it right now on my screen. We've got the Electronic Karate Fighters ad, and then we're going to get back into this point. So this is. Yeah, they're showing the ending of the. They're showing Austin hitting him with the chair, all that bukkake. Oh, I shouldn't have said bukkake. Now here's what's stupid.
He stands there way too long.
Yeah. Way too long.
Here we go.
Undertaker was about a step or two behind.
All right, here we go, guys. I'm not going to show this whole thing.
And we're back here, ladies.
I mean, come on, guys. That's a heel turn.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
And it's never. To me, it's never. This is never considered like the start. They knew then that even though Austin was the heel, he was the hotter property. I mean,
the crowd was starting to turn.
I know Bret's gone in like what 7 8 months after this, but it's like this is the best Bret Hart we ever get. This version of him, I really believe that.
I want to play devil's advocate here because if you're going to put yourself in kayfabe, put yourself in this story, put yourself in Bret's shoes, wouldn't you be frustrated because you're always doing the right thing? You are turning the other cheek, you are playing by the rules, and you're getting screwed time after time after time, and it just happens right here. Two guys screw you. I mean, isn't that a lot? I mean, doesn't it stand to reason that you would be pissed off and frustrated with everything working against you, even though you're doing everything right?
Yeah.
I'm not saying he's wrong, but
I'm just saying it can go either way.
But you got to look at
still the best double turn in the history of the business.
Oh, but see, I'm of the opinion that there was no need for it because it happened here. The Bret turn happened here. Austin comes out, they're going crazy for him. I just think we call it a double turn, but Bret solidified his heel antics at the end of that match.
I don't know that Austin actually does anything here that solidifies it turned a babyface.
Yeah.
Like, I don't disagree with you.
He never actually changes his behavior.
I kind of see it listening to the promo.
Yes,
I don't see that Austin does anything to turn himself here.
No. And even as Austin comes out of this as the face, he's never changing his mannerisms. He's never changing his behavior. In the ring, he's never changing his promos. They're just acknowledging that people are down with the foul mouth, beer swilling, finger gesturing redneck.
They're also down. They're also acknowledging the fact that they're pretty much sick of the good guy babyface Bret Hart shoes.
White
right?
Babyface.
Well, what would they call Austin as the Attitude Era got fully underway when he beat Michaels at WrestleMania 14? They'd call him the anti-hero hero.
Yep.
I think
the blue collar champion.
Well, that too. I think the seed for that gets laid at WrestleMania 13. But I have to kind of wonder something. If this is booked a little differently and Hart wins the cage match, thereby making the submission match with Austin for the WWF title, do you still end it the same way?
Yes. I don't think Austin was ready for the
belt. Do you take Austin over in 1997, or do you still have basically the same match. The only difference being that in this time you have the title on the line because Hart's now the champion.
I still see you have to have the finish the way it is, because Austin, while he was hot, he was not quite ready for the title. And if he hadn't lost this match to Bret in the way that he did, he wouldn't have been set up for the run to the title as we move on towards WrestleMania 14. And I'm going to try and stay out of the path of the sun because it's 8:30 in Alaska, but it's still sun shining.
Oh, Michael.
Are we at the point where it's like light out for like 22 hours?
Oh,
Yes. It'll get to about like around 1, 2 o'clock. It's like twilight or dusky, but not truly, truly dark. And it's not going to be truly, truly dark again until like August.
It was funny when Sid came out. You could read his lips. He said, "I don't know shit."
Yeah. Like that's the other thing I noticed about this show is that the foul language, the bullshit, goddamn, all that stuff is flowing pretty freely. Like they are definitely on their way to the Attitude Era here. Like this is one of those shows that kind of solidifies the edginess of the product. They're starting.
This is USA Network too. They're letting it fly on. This is bullshit.
We're also going into La Femme Nikita after this. If you notice, the foul language did not come in the first hour of the program.
Yeah.
Foul language and everything came in the second hour of the program, which is, I believe, the 9 o'clock hour.
The war's on.
And then we're going into La Femme Nikita in silk stockings.
I will say, for somebody who had a career-ending knee injury the month before, Sean is moving very well here.
Oh yes, he's very spry.
Yeah.
And that's gonna that for on my end, the show's ended, and let's kind of go around the room, and I'd love to know what your general thoughts of this. And again, this was the Frank, the host, picked it. It was kind of something I actually wanted to cover the Smile episode, losing his Smile episode, but I can't find it on the network. So this was this was my next choice. So
he found it in San Antonio though, so it's good. He found it.
Yeah, okay. Alrighty then. Let's start. Adam, let's start with you. What are your thoughts on this edition of Monday Night Raw, the 11th episode of 1997?
I forgot how good it was, especially because of today's product. After the 25 years of Monday Night Raw, that they just had the lowest ratings in history this past Monday. And then you go back and watch this, and it's just how amazing it was back then. Undertaker, Stone Cold, Bret, Sid, Owen, Mankind. I mean, just the names.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's amazing.
What, Brandy, what did we say the ratings were for this particular edition of Raw?
This episode of Raw will do a 2.6 rating with a 3.56 market share compared to a Nitro of 3.56 and a 5.59 share.
Don't you think WWE would want a 2.6 right now?
They would pay.
They would die for a 2.36 because I believe they're doing just over 1 million.
Yeah, the third hour was 1.1 million.
For comparison purposes, Brandy, what is a 1 rating in 1996, or rather 1997 at this time compared to a 1 rating now?
I have no idea. I didn't look into that. I don't know about the metrics of that.
Because I feel like that it's kind of comparing two things that aren't really the same. Because I want to say, I looked it up one day because I got bored, and I think I did it with your help, Brandy. But a 1 rating on TV now is just over 1 million. I don't have an exact number in front of me, but I believe to achieve a 1 television rating or a 1 buy rate, you have to get just over 1 million people to turn you on at any point during your show.
I mean, I'm easy. 1 million people can turn me on.
Hey!
1 million cocks.
As I say here, watch the headbangers. I'm sorry.
Henry, let's go to you. What are your thoughts on this show as we wrap it up here?
I didn't think it was bad. It's been a long time since I've sat down and watched it. I think that you're right that he plants the major seed for his heel turn here and not at WrestleMania. But I still think you could make the argument to a point that the Attitude Era's beginnings, everybody will say that it began with a Montreal Screwjob when McMahon fucked Bret Hart out of the title at Survivor Series.
You could tell here, yeah.
Toward you that it starts the inklings of those seeds get planted here, and obviously 6 days from now at WrestleMania 13 with the Bret Austin submission match.
Right.
But it starts here at this Monday Night Raw in Syracuse.
It's getting much edgier. That's the way I felt about it. Antonio, your thoughts?
Well, I never really watched any 97 Raws for the whole thing. I was into it. I was like enjoying all of it. Like I was watching it for the first time ever. And like I just want to watch more of it and all that. Like
I would highly recommend going back and watching these old 97 Raws.
Mid 96 to late 96, early 97, it picks up amazingly.
Yeah, what I put in the chat, I'll tell you out there.
Okay, yeah. What, Brandy, your thoughts on the show?
I enjoyed it. I'm just amazed at how Raw has clearly the much better in-ring product and the show that's better to watch, but it doesn't show up in the ratings until they eventually break the 83-week streak later in 97. And it's just amazing to me that more people weren't watching this live because it was a way better product. And it just takes me right back to my childhood and enjoying things and not caring about what's going on the internet and what Dave Meltzer says. And it's just way more enjoyable.
Absolutely. My final thoughts here is, again, it makes me miss the days of this. It just makes me miss this era more because I've found that current product is not good. I mean, AEW, as we all saw on Sunday, was phenomenal. NXT's got a good vibe, but I personally cannot stomach the current product. I just want to thank everybody. This is the second go at the new regime. I would love to just anybody follow us at Top Guy Theater, and honestly DM me at Top Guy Theater or at Frank Bruno 80 with any suggestion that you have. If I suck, tell me. I want to know. I want to get better. So on that note, thank you all for joining us for this edition, episode 32, which is shocking. And we'll see you all next time at Top Guy Theater.
Use a condom.
Out. Yeah, use a condom.
Bye, everybody. Bye.
What are those?